or is it the
Yeah,
long version?
it's the short one. We're probably not gonna add the long one until like season 3 or 4. But alright, we are now live with the kickoff show. I'm joined by one of the drivers, race day 2016, and we'll probably have more drivers entering soon. Obviously, very short off season, but we are about to go back green in roughly, let me check, I have the countdown going right now, in about an hour and 10 minutes. It's good. But
Which
yeah, 1
team
hour
should
and
I
21
use?
seconds.
Jeff Gordon's 1992 first starts or his 2014 Exalted Paints team?
Well,
Someone actually made his first start paints team, which is...
I do the first start. You've not ran that before.
And I miss the Rainbow Warriors game. Bad.
Yep.
Even if it was only throwback.
So let's see. Yeah, I really don't know what this, like, I think we're gonna be doing 5 and 5. Obviously, this is going to be attracted if the run can form on the last lap. We do have a chance to beat our closest finish in league history, which right now is a .008. 8/1000ths of a second was the gap that race day beat out Wolf at Fuji after a green-white checkered restart. Gave him the opportunity, and he took it, and that's how he got his first career win. And yeah, that was one of probably the defining moment of the season. Has to be when Wolf's pit crew forgot to fuel his car in the pits and cost him the driver's title. Okay, so it's looking like we will have about 13 laps of fuel, and the stages are going to be roughly 35, 35, and 55 here.
Okay.
So that's interesting, obviously. No, it looks like actually be about 15 laps, so you can make it. You're going to have to pit at least twice. Obviously, strategy doesn't always work out, as we have seen multiple people mess up. I think the pit road is going to be interesting here because it's right on the front straightaway. It's not that hard to get to, but depending on the course you take through the chicane will determine how you do it. Because if you use what most people do and go through the grass to get loose a little bit, which can help you actually gain some speed, although it doesn't help you with much of the runs, you probably will have a lot of issues coming into the pits, and we may have our first wreck coming into the pits. Obviously, that is the big talk. Also, the dirty driving policy will be in effect. If you deliberately go out of your way to consistently take out people, there will be penalized. And if we ninth, I went back and checked. My apologies for misinforming. I was under the presumption that one of our drivers, the one we're joined with, was manipulating the fuel sources. However, he was not, thankfully. And we have looked back and we have decided what the penalty for people who manipulate fuel will be. If you win the race, you will most likely be given a suspension. You'll be given a fine of, if you win the race, essentially all of the points you gained from that race. And your suspension will be, you'll miss the next 2 qualifying dashes, you'll miss, and if you're allowed to run stage 1 and 2 in the next race, but if you sweep them, you don't get those points. If you don't win, then you'll just be fined your points, and you'll probably just be given last place points. If you continuously keep doing it throughout the season, what will end up happening is at some point you can get banned for it, because it is, obviously we get it that we are trying to constrict drivers to one fuel area, and that we get that. We shouldn't be doing that. However, it's also not right for drivers to manipulate against the rules because they think they can get away with it, because I can go back and I'll be able to tell that they are obviously not getting away with it. And we've seen it happen before. And obviously the tire policy, there's been talk of that being removed for Season 3. And obviously Season 3 is going to be dragged out longer. It'll most likely become about a month-long season when we're all done with it. 17 days from now, we'll be at the finale at Spa getting ready to crown a champion, hopefully. Or maybe it'll happen before that. But right now, pretty soon when I get the odds set up, I will be reading off the odds for the championship right now. if for the people who are to run full time. Obviously, hold on. Obviously, one of the probably the favorite to go and win the championship is obviously me. Going back to back is a good possibility. Racing Wolf is another one. He almost won the championship after missing the first 3 races. If Penske runs the full season, Penske's a good shot at it. Right now, the odds for a dark horse pick is Game Player is a 25-to-1 chance to win the championship. I've got Racing Fan at a 31-to-1 on, and I have Race Day at 50-to-1. The farthest driver, the driver who I don't see pulling it out, would probably be someone like Jimmy. It really just depends, you know. We've got a lot of interesting talent, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, there's a lot of hold on, I'm inviting people to the party. There's obviously a lot of interesting things that will happen. Just inviting some people to the party. Well, this is shaking things up. Racing Wolf is not home, and he's not responded to me, so I don't know if he will make it home in time for the race. That would be a very big shakeup. Obviously, Blue Moon, the second race of tonight's doubleheader, is interesting because that will be a track where drafting is going to be key. They're working with people, which is something that even when they were in a pack, people wouldn't work with to get towards the front. So I honestly think that race might even come down to strategy. I think this track will come down to honestly who's pitted the last, like who has the freshest tires, who's willing to stay out the longest and risk the gamble to potentially win the race. I don't think we'll have a fuel mileage race just yet. I think we'll eventually get to one. But, you know, like we saw in a few of the stages in the All-Star race, people were good to the end, and then they ended up choking it away when they stayed out too long, and it's going to be interesting. 6 o'clock is the scheduled go date, or scheduled go time. Obviously, if it has to be moved back, just, you know, 5-10 minutes for important people, we can do it now. The big news would be if Wolf can't make it, because that's the co-owner slash one of the better drivers. Obviously, I think this is going to be a track where I can easily get the win at. I pulled the sweep here last year. I think we did run 3 races here. No, we ran 2. I won both, but I think I can pull the sweep out. Honest to God.
Remember, I almost won that race.
Yep. There's a lot. I really think it's going to come down to a final corner move. It's probably going to come down to who has the freshest tires, and there's still a lot left. Still about an hour left till we're ready, and right now it's going to be interesting.
Okay, right now I'm trying to find some there. Remember when National Guard sponsored Gordon?
Yes. I honestly am I'm gonna be surprised right now. So me and Wolf were talking about it, and our average turnout last season was roughly 8.5 people. So mainly 9 to 8 people. We had in total 13 different drivers compete at some. I think it was actually 14. Apologies. About 14 drivers compete at least once in the season, and about I think 10 compete more than once. That is a great turnout. Now we just need to see what we get this season. Hopefully we're going to get roughly around the same amount of people, but we'll see. And obviously this fuel thing is really going to shake things up. obviously we still got a lot of time. Obviously, you guys see the blue screen of death real quick. I am going to keep inviting people. Hello, we are joined by Game Player. Like I said, the driver with 25 to 1 odds to win the WDC in 17 days.
Not happening.
You are live on the kickoff show for season 2 currently. We are just counting down the minutes till we get going in Miyabi. It looks like we'll have about 17 laps worth of fuel, which will make it about 2 stops per stage, last stage 3 to 4. 35, 35, 45. So we'll see what happens. And then Blue Moon is going to be, if I remember correctly, 35, 35, 60. Yeah, 35, 35, 60.
Okay, Miyabi, it's going to be really interesting.
Especially with the tire wear, people not being able to get through the corners as full throttling as they would. I think Miyabi could very well be decided by who pits the last and hunts down the leader.
And whoever has the fresh tires.
Yep.
That's gonna. I'm telling you right now. That's what happened at
Oh no.
Racing Fan, who we thought was an idiot for staying out and getting past, won the race.
That
so
was probably the craziest last lap. That's up there with Fuji. Okay, Fuji might have had the better finish, but Northern Isle had the better last lap. If anyone didn't see that, Penske's in the lead. He's got a little bit of a gap on Game Player. Penske runs out of gas going into 3 and 4. Game Player goes down low. Game Player immediately runs out when he takes the lead. You got the top 2 are out of gas going up the track. Dale goes up with them. Dale and him are in the wall. Looks like I've got it. I drive a little bit too high. Racing Fan gets underneath me. I went to pull a crossover, couldn't get it done. Racing Fan takes home his 2nd win of the season.
Hey, Game Player, why don't you join the lobby? Can you look at my pin scheme?
Oh god.
Obviously, we did have I did sweep Miyabi last season, so.
But I wasn't looking at that one.
Yeah. We'll see what happens tonight, and then at Blue Moon will be interesting because that'll mainly be who's gonna pit with who. Because if you can slipstream and work with someone, you'll probably have a better chance of catching anyone than if you didn't. That's what I think that race will be determined by, is who you'll work with.
I'm calling it. By like lap 10, everyone's tires would be gone.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think tire will be cranked up a little bit more than what I have it on.
Well, can you crank it up now so we can swing them?
Yep.
We're here early for
I know.
Not running with Beats, by the way.
I don't know about Racing Wolf yet. I mean, all he told me was he's not home. And I don't know. I mean, if he doesn't make it, that's big. That's really big. Well, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. I do like that car.
Thank you.
National Guard. Alright, we got A5 here who tragically will not be making his debut because I have to get a wheel still. And I have to, I think I'm just going to use a controller. So I'll get A5 in the game soon. But even if I got it for you, A5, you wouldn't be able to race tonight. We raced in an hour. Less than an hour now. 56 minutes until the qualifying dash
Alex,
drops the green flag.
Why do I see the Monster Energy Cup Series logo on that 2020 car?
I don't know. I just saw it and downloaded it. I didn't look at it. Didn't bother
I just
me.
noticed it. Like, just go slowly. I'm sorry if I have to spin you.
It's fine. I see it. Nah, I see what you're talking about.
That is so stupid.
Yeah. Thankfully I didn't make it. Honestly, I don't know. I think if Racing Wolf's not here, that's gonna be real interesting because that'll be 2 seasons in a row he misses the season opener.
I don't even know how I dove bombed that freaking corner in my first race. Now I don't know how I did that. I think I locked it in the brake. Why not?
Just to remember, little thing to remember, the season is more drawn out. It has a confirmed schedule. It's originally going to be another 21 race season, and that would have ended it 15 days. need more people. If Wolf's not here, we need as many people as we can get. That's a fucking huge fucking deal. Reason I want more people is because even if I am to give Wolf last place points because of his runner-up in the championship last year, meaning he should be given a charter, the more people, the less points. Obviously, tonight is going to be interesting. Who's going to stream?
I don't think I can.
Damn. Is it just because of what happened at Stage Root X that one time?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you usually
stream?
stream?
Balance.
I usually stream on YouTube.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, the quality.
Oh, the higher.
Yeah, you need to do 720 low. It's still 720, it's just not the 60 FPS. It looks just as good, it's just a little bit less smooth. It still looks fine, and then you can still stream.
Okay. Well, what do you want me to stream?
I guess just when we're about to go green, that's what's important. Qualifying dashes will most likely be, something to where I don't think we should have the tire wear and fuel use be a I mean, it obviously it will, because if there's a wreck, we will have the option to pit.
I have a question. Are we allowed to adjust our brake balance?
Okay. Oh wait, no. I don't even know what that is.
You change your brakes to the front and the rear.
If I was you, I wouldn't fuck around with them. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get a hold of Racing Wolf and see what the situation
Like, I have
is.
-2 on the front.
If I was you, I'd just leave them alone, so that way you don't
If I
mess
get
up.
last place points, or no?
Yeah.
I just set my new fastest lap.
I do not like that car. It's slow. Hey, I'm not using my wheel for this race because I'm not messing with practice or loop. I'm only using my wheel for fuel because
Alright, I can't get a hold of him. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but something's gonna seem right. I don't know if he don't make it.
how many do we have right now?
Just get other drivers.
We got 3 in here. Mutter makes it 4. Penske Racing Fan and Jimmy show up. That's 6. If Wolf miraculously gets on, you get Dale in. That's 8. That's our average turnout from last season. I'd be good with 8. Obviously, we raced with 5 and above. 5 is the lowest we can go, and we've hit 5 before. But obviously, I just think the big thing will be who. Honestly, I don't know. There's probably going to be one dipshit who's going to stay out if we have a late caution to try and get points or get the win, or maybe even just the stage points, and then just get absolutely ass raped on the restart.
I almost
New
did that.
fastest
I'm
lap
sorry.
again.
Well, the fact that I'm a half a second off the race is kind of bad.
Okay, so a maximum tank actually gets you about 20 laps of fuel. So lap 35, if you put it around lap 15 or 16, you should be able to make it to the end, but by God, just barely.
But tires aren't really worth it.
That's
You
the
need
thing.
tires, you idiot.
Do you want to risk the tires?
You always cutting the chicane off purpose.
Yeah, it's something everyone does.
No, it's for speed and you actually get slowed down.
Kicks it a little bit loose. It makes me feel more comfortable than it being super tight, because if I lose control, I can save it easy.
Like, I'm losing my time somewhere on the track, I just don't know where.
First corner.
Maybe got that corner when it looks like it's banked, but it's not.
Awesome. I lost 3/10 off the last sector. What?
Maybe you haven't upgraded your car.
Can't.
No,
I got him on the default, so I'm allowed to upgrade. And race day has set the new fastest lap of the session. That is interesting. Obviously, won at Fuji, and that was his only win of last season. Everyone but Penske won last season, even though Penske stayed in the
shocking that
championship.
Penske did not even
Penske
win.
almost won at Blue Moon due to what happened with Blue.
Penske almost won at frickin' Northern Ireland until he ran out of gas.
I almost won at Northern Ireland.
So you can insert that hello darkness, my old friend.
Like that was probably the second. I don't know. That probably was the closest Penske came to victory. Had a really good race. Looked like he was on his game all race. Look how he's doing good, and then fucking choked.
Bro, we should have like an endurance race later on in the year. 475 laps at 1 mile. That would be fun.
Well, tonight should be interesting because I didn't even get up till like 11 a.m.
Woohoo, our school's starting one day, yay.
E-learning.
I'm really not.
I think e-learning needs to be rethinked about because I don't know if it's good.
I just can't get through 1 and 2 correctly. What? Is that 1 and 2? Okay, I'm on power 1.
Yeah, that's what you need to be on. I said power 1 is our.
I have the tires. That could be fun. So. I just feel so slow. Like, I don't think it's tires.
Maybe you need okay. Maybe you should try to at least keep it above third in at least 2. I have never set a lap so far outside of the 40s.
I've had one 30 on 7. Yeah.
Or inside the 40s, excuse me. New best sector.
Almost 4
Even with worn tires, you can still make pretty good laps.
I need change.
Use a slipstream. First lap in the 36s.
Yeah, you guys
have a little bit of battle here in practice.
let's see if I hold on. If race day seems like he's up there.
Oh, he's up here, yeah.
I'm about nearly a second quicker than anyone would be.
There's nothing wrong with the Corvettes because Race Day's got the fastest lap and he's hanging in here with me.
Even with old tires, my tires are gone.
I think it's that last sector. I don't know.
Watch this send, boy.
Yeah,
Alex goes wide.
Put it in the wall.
I ran him fast.
My right front is at like 50%. I'm almost out of gas. I'm gonna see if it makes the 20 lap minimum. I wanna see.
It will. The last sector is where I lose all my time. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're taking the chicane too slow. Do what everyone else does. Use that grass. It'll get you a little loose. You can kick it and get it going.
That's what I've been doing.
Keep your foot on it. Someone said hello in the chat. I need to go check on it. Hold on. I'll be back in a minute.
Yep, coming in. I'm coming in.
Let me pass. You can hit.
Oh. That was almost as up. What a freaking mess. This is
That was awful.
My tires are going. La-di-dum-doo, la-di-dum-dum. That took about 20 seconds.
I'm 1 second off. That's not.
Well, on the plus, I'm fastest.
I know, that's not good. I'm really using up tires.
Alright, champion is back. I'm gonna run over Wolf's predictions for the season. Wolf thinks that me and him will each get 12 wins apiece. It's ambitious.
I think I might be able to get you.
Hey player, I'm on a flying lap here.
What?
I'm on.
No, I think he meant 12 wins between the two of us.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I thought you meant like 12 wins each. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that would be all but one race. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, you two will either choke it in
Yep.
some of it.
Oh yeah. We think that Jimmy versus Game Player will continue through this season, and will be at some point having to. There will probably end up being an intervention between me and Wolf to.
I mean, this track was where the first rivalry came between Game Player.
I don't think that rivalry's going anywhere. It's gonna be consistent. It's gonna stick around for a while. We're gonna.
Back to those deputies. Okay, I'm not gonna make it back around, so I'm hoping.
Bush Bros, you're a dick. I'm gonna keep inviting Bush Bros. I'm trying to give his little bitch ass a chance. Is there a league going on right now?
Come on. Slap.
Lex, I don't care. You are
Chill
a
out,
retard.
Bush Bros. Chill out. Oh my god.
First time I'm going for gear here.
This angry wonky donkey.
Oh, I'm actually going quicker.
Tonka truck built ass, him and his stupid ass brother. Trying to give his retarded ass a chance and I'm banning his bitch ass. Because he kept killing him.
Watch out, I'm about 2 tenths quicker.
That's cool.
I was on a quick lap.
Well, I'm trying to get a fast lap too, buddy.
Mister, that I am nearly a second slower than me.
Well, I'm trying
And there
to
goes my
practice.
time. You cost me 5 tenths.
Oh. Oh, there's our first wreck of the season.
I've wrecked before now.
2 tenths quicker in the purple sector.
Oh my god, nobody. Hey Alex, are you gonna upload the season 1 races?
10 tenths.
Eventually I'm gonna get the highlights, yeah.
Imagine we have mechanical failures.
Oh god.
Wait, you can have mechanical failures?
Wait, what would the mechanical failures do, Race Day?
You know, broken suspension, engine damage, you know, all that.
Are you able to fix them?
I think so. Yeah, you're able to.
Huh.
That'll make everything more interesting.
Season 3. Season 3. Season 3. That's basically damage.
Hold on. Everyone, chill your little angry asses out. What do you say we test this shit out real quick? All right, mechanical damage. We're gonna do light.
Yeah, his time got reset.
I'm still gonna go quick.
Here we go. Let's go see this shit. Let's see if this works.
Wait, why do you turn on the climb?
Because we're gonna just see, like, I'm gonna see what happens. Like, you gotta, like, you know, all that shit is tested out. Bush Bros needs to quit.
This could ruin your race, so that's the thing.
Exactly.
Just like real life.
Because we didn't have many wrecks at Northern Isle was the thing. We had out of 500 laps, we had technically 5 cautions. That's like 1 caution every 5, every absolutely insane. All right.
In engine.
That's damage.
Yeah, but like how bad is it?
Like it's like blinking red. Like I don't know.
Just fuck my front end up
It does not get worse, by the way. It's just blinking red. That's all it really does.
Well, I just beat
my
my
God.
car up a bunch more.
My
And now
car
I
is
got
bad.
Both of my suspensions are skewed, and I'm still going. Now we got to make our pit stop. So let's make our pit stop and see how repairs work.
Oh, okay. Let's not change this. Don't change
It
the
does
fuel.
affect the car.
All you have to do is pit.